Hello and welcome back everyone. In this video lecture, we will go and see two things. First, we will combine as we have gone through path parameters as well as query parameters. So first we will see a route which is combining both query as well as path parameters. After completing that, we will go through the FastAPI automated documentation. So automated documentation is nothing but the documents which were already created by FastAPI, and that is automated. We doesn't need to do anything in that. It will be automatically created, and that will help the end users to access our APIs and to get better our APIs. Like what are the parameters it's expecting, and what all things it was expecting to use that API. Okay, so let's first go through uh, like path parameter and query parameters simultaneously we will use in one of the route. Okay, so let me create a router with a name. The first thing would be @app.get, and let me take the endpoint and start with profile slash user ID. This will be a path parameter, and after that we can see messages. Okay, let me create a function as well. Def profile. So user ID is already a path parameter. We will take it as it is, and by default it will be int. No, I mean to say the parameter type, it should be int. And another one we will take as message ID. Message ID, or let us make it as comment. This should also be an integer value. So now we have done it. Let's return the message as well. Return f string, that would be profile page for user with user ID. That would be user ID and comment with. Okay, so let's try this. Let me cross check this. Everything seems fine. Okay, let's try this. First I'll copy the initials. I'll go to my browser, copy this here, slash, it would be user ID. Let's assume user ID would be 121 slash comments question mark. Okay, let's first see without question mark. If I press enter, you can see here, right, comment ID field required. So we haven't passed it. Let's pass that now. It would be comment ID equal to 121 again. If I press enter, here we are getting the message. Profile page for user with user ID 121 and comment with 121. So it's the same message. So this is how we can use both query as well as path parameters in the same route. So in the beginning of this lecture, I have talked about FastAPI automated documentations. So since we know that APIs are actually, whenever we publish them, they might be used by some end user or some website developers to get some data or to get some simple data. I can say that maybe the response, or maybe inserting something into a database. So to make the documentation, we should not do some manual efforts in case of FastApi. It will automatically give us the details. However, we will see in the future there are some classes which we inherit and update the documentation. But as of now, I'll show you the documentation which will automatically generated by FastAPI for this purpose. So let me go to the URL. If I'll remove this part and simply I'll type here docs after the server URL, press enter, you will see this is the Swagger documentation provided by the FastAPI. You open any of these are the endpoints which we also created, routes which we created, right? So you open any one of them, you will get the details here, like the response format is string and input no parameter is required. You can try it out as well. If I click on try it out, it will simply give me a successful return response. String is the response. And again, if I go and try out for a different one, let's assume this is also one of the URL API and route which we created. So let me give the username as okay. First, let me see. So the response is a string format, and if we'll get the validation error, then this will be the format. So let me try it out and show you. You can also try it out from your end. Let me send Parag as a username. If I'll execute it, what the response I get? This is the profile page for Parag. Whatever we mentioned here, this is the profile page for Parag. The same we got in the response. So, and here you can see further details, like the content length is 36, content type is application JSON, server is UVCon. These all details are mentioned here. Going forward, we will test our query parameters as well as path parameters, whatever we are passing in this one only. Let me show you something like here also. So here in this route which we created, we have added both path parameters as well as query parameters. If I'll pass user ID, if I'll trigger try it out, and I'll pass user ID as 11 and comment ID as 121, what will be the response? We'll get the exact response which we are sending. Profile page for user with ID 11 and comment with 121. So the developer should actually use it for testing also, and it's a kind of documentation also. Okay, so that's it for this lecture. Moving ahead, we will test on this Swagger UI itself. Okay, thank you for watching this lecture. See you in the next one.